we are also seeing people resisting being bullied. And when you see people resist bullying, it means that they are paying attention to something else. It will not be useful for me to behave like I didn't know what was happening last week. You saw the coming together of Munya, Justin Muturi, and the bus guy, and saying that we are tired of being bullied. And I was wondering, why had they given me a call? I had gone through bullying, or I've gone through bullying for the last more than 3 years. When I was being bullied by the same individuals they were complaining about, they seems to have stood aside huku wakicheka-cheka. Na nikawambia yenyu inakuja. Na sasa nafurahi kwa sababu walipatwa, lakini pia nafurahi kwa sababu they also were able to see and to resist that bullying. That kind of bullying that has no space if you're looking for, or you're talking about governance in our constitution. Again, it is also spoken by in many articles of our constitution that what should guide you is good governance. And there is Article 10 that talks about national values. And national values have, it also goes to talk about you should not be a person who brings disrepute to an office, a public office, whether in private or in a public space. And all these things speak to the governance, kind of the governance that we are talking about. But let me tell you that it becomes very sad when you, and I have seen many of your stations, maybe not your Spice, but I've seen many people drive out of their stations to go and give interviews in the evenings to in people's compounds, and I have no problem with that. But it becomes a little exhausting when you listen to a person and there is no single policy statement that has come from it. It's just name calling, insulting others, looking for who is a mole, calling others wasaliti. Those are not the kind of things. But the governance structure, the governance issues, your ability to bring change to whatever it is that you're complaining about is also on the table. And I want to say this again because I listened to Munya. And Munya is just one of the many people. It's only that Munya was a little focal. He said, I cannot vote for you if your name is on the ballot. If you hear people start saying they cannot vote for you at that level, by the way, Munya is saying what is already now in being sung around by many people. Tunaanza kupata watu wanaitwa nini? Wasanii wakiiba zile kusema kama ni wewe. You know, it's a very tricky thing. Let me say it, and I know it will get me a lot of lakini nimezoea. Kama ni wewe, afadhali Ruto. That tells you, it answers the question you're asking. Why are they saying afadhali Ruto? It's because, yes, you may be good in insulting everybody around, but you're not going to bring anything different to the table. So the issue of governance, your ability to bring changes in the governance that is going on, is now on the table. We are not talking about it. Matiang'i has been talking about it every time. Maybe that's why people say they don't see him a lot on top of vehicles. You cannot talk about governance kwa hiyo jua. Na watu wanapiga hii kitu inaitwa nini? Those vuvuzela hapo. You are not going to be able to expose. You will be happy with that kind of atmosphere permanently. You need to go out, but you will be happy to be in that kind of a space if you have no policy statement to make. Because it needs to be made in an environment where you also encourage people to question you. But I want to agree with you 100%. These Kenyans you are seeing, kuna hizo numbers wameweka hapo juu. Na tunaongea na wao. Yesterday as I was driving out of the countryside to come for this morning show, and thank you for this invite. I had a welder, a beneficiary of these rectification programs that were done the last mile, because within 5-10 minutes of border ride, you can get a welder. I could get a welder to my compound. Now, as I was leaving, he didn't even know I was coming for this show. But he asked me, as I was walking, Mkubwa, are you people going to give us Matiang'i as the candidate? I asked him, kwa nini unataja Matiang'i na kuna wengi wanakibia hapa na kelele mingi? Kwa sababu yale alifanya ndio tunaona tangu wakati alikuwako. That's now the issue. People aware mairo 10 kule Kanyagi ya kwangu ananiambia wanataka Matiang'i kwa sababu waliona yale amefanya. So if you are vying or you have an idea of even influencing people to elect so and so as the president, if that person has no capacity to say what he is going to do different from what William is doing, I want to tell you today, huyo weonda wa mairo 10 atapigia Ruto kura. People are now beyond, we are doing the last year. Yeah. Hiyo miaka 4 ilikuwa ya kutusi Ruto, kusema nini, kusema yote baya. There is nothing as easy as being in opposition. Very easy. Kiona hii baya, hiyo wacha, hiyo baya. This year, it is a question of, yes, ni baya, but what is this that you can, what do you want to do differently? How? Wewe ni nani? Unfortunately, for 1 year, you might not be able to come and tell us what you want to do if you had an opportunity to do and you never did. So you cannot win us over if you have not already won us over your past. And I want to say this also because Clinton said this. He said, if they cannot give you their dime, they are not going to give you their vote. That time, I think they were relying on $1 something. So they were saying, if we cannot trust you with $1, forget about the vote. I have heard Kenyans wakisema, wewe ni mzuri kupiga Ruto, lakini thubutu usimame ndio utachangaa. I want to tell you now, I keep looking at you because maybe I should look. Let me tell you, kama wanasema wewe piga Ruto lakini usituobe kura, they are also telling you, do not lie to yourself. You not tell us where to go. In the mountain sana na kwingineko kuna watu wanawategemea ile Raila alikuwa anafanya kule Nyanza. Ya kwanza akisema Oro Alingo ameshaguliwa. Kule kwa mlima na kwingineko, because we have been going around, Kenyans are now looking at you and saying, wewe ni nani? Ati unasema nini? It's no longer that wave. Know, the tidal wave.
So the Kenyan voter has evolved.
And the leaders are hoping and playing every day and night